It's about the messy gays. And you know why? Because the cat is talking now. I never wanted to read anything ever again. Hi, welcome back. Is this the first, reading vlog of the year? Is it? That's so exciting. I'm also so late. So I saw Larry Reeds do this. She shuffled her Spotify playlist, and whichever song came up first, she matched with a book that she had to read that week. I have a short week. I'm going to do this in business days because this is my exam period in university, and I am so stressed. But the more that I'm stressed, the more that I want to read because I am the queen of fucking procrastinating. So I have my licorice drink in my Nana glass because my blood pressure is an all-time low. I have
Spotify
open right in front of my computer. If you know that meme. Disgusting. And I'm going to shuffle the songs. I think I'm going to pick 3 books. 3, I think it's feasible. 2, for sure. 3, we can do this. 4, it's a little bit too much. So I hope you can see. I hope I'm doing it right. This is the state of my Spotify. So I have my main playlist to read, which is this one. It's called Musica per leggere, which means music to read. And then I have the Heated Rivalry official playlist. And then I have my friends playlist, and then Retro Dark Fantasy, Guitar Riff, blah, blah. But this is my main playlist. It's called I'm Bi and Mentally Ill. What do you want me to say? I made this when I was 16, so it has how many hours? About 11 hours of songs, which doesn't sound much, but it is. It's almost 200 songs in this one. So we only have casual, and let's see. Oh my God, no. I had a phase in which I really, really liked this song by Baby No Money, Young Gravy, and Rich Brian, C'est La Vie. I really like Baby No Money's music, even though it's a little bit silly sometimes. This is not the best song that he has produced. It's very the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah, let's shuffle first for 3 songs. This is a little bit embarrassing, not gonna lie. What is happening? Oh, it's Pantactics! Yes! I love this song. I love this duo, Joey Valence and Bray. I think they make such good 90s rap songs. It's so nostalgic but so contemporary. I love Pantactics. Pantactics. Oh, it's so hard in my accent, so hard. This could be a very fun book. Okay, let's shuffle. Last song. Please be good. Oh, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli. This is a deeply romantic song. This I can work with. The other 2 are harder, I think, but this one is best for a romantic book. Yeah, let's choose our books. Okay, hi, change our location. So now I am in my childhood home, and I thought we could choose our books chosen by the songs on my playlist. So let's do that. I have an inkling of what I should choose. There's a very weird lighting today. Okay, hi. This is my at-home library. These are my mom's books, and these right here are my books. And it's the 2 meters tall polar bear that my dad got for me when I was 18. Isn't it nice? It's so fluffy. Okay, for the first song, I have a book that it's not physical, but I am just finishing today the second book in the Penalty Box series. It's a hockey romance. The first book was Game Misconduct. Very, very good. And the second book, I don't remember the title, but it's the one that I'm reading right now. And it's Friends to Lovers. The third book now. When you think about Baby No Money, C'est La Vie, bitch, I'm walking around with my fake ID, but I'm still 21. It's just two dumb people going about in their lives. I think the third book, it's perfect because it's two rival coaches, and one of them you see in the other books, it's Sully, and Sully, very dumb but very nice and very cute. So I'm going to read that. Oh yeah, it's called Home Ice Advantage by Ari Beran. And then for punk tactics, let's browse. Okay, I found something that it's so punk tactics. Okay. Dungeon Crawler Carl. Of course. This is lit RPG, so it's supposed to remind you of an RPG game. Such a weird story, and I'm so happy that I got like the Italian translation. It's so nice. The protagonist finds himself one day on the earth that has been scorched to a desert by aliens, and they have built dungeons under the crust of the earth, and he has to go down in the dungeons if he wants to survive because there's no water, no food. And he and his ex-girlfriend's cat, who's called Princess Donut, have to go on this kind of like a weird adventure. And I think that's so punk tactics. I think that's perfect. So book 2 acquired. Now book 3 has to be romantic. I'm only in the mood for hockey romances. I am so sorry. I'm such like, I have a one-track mind when I find something that I like. I don't know, but it has to be something very like deeply romantic. Okay, I'm in a pickle because the only book, like the only physical romance book in my bookshelves, it's Mate by Elia Hazelwood, which I really enjoy. A Haley Hazelwood book. Not gonna lie, her latest books have hit. They're like deep end right there. That hit like a fire truck. She doesn't hit like it used to, maybe because I really, really enjoyed her feminist books, and now that she's branching out, I don't think I'm as interested in that because I am a STEM girly. I'm not a girly, but like a femme presenting person in STEM. And Mate is the sequel to Bride, and I enjoyed Bride. I think it was very fun. This is kind of my only option, and I don't know if I'm in the mood for this. Let's just say this is going to be on my TBR. If I find something better, because I don't know if this fits the song. This is a romance book, but I don't know how romantic it can be. It's more so like political intrigue in this fantasy, urban fantasy world. I'm very sure about the other two. This is my TBR for the week. Let's start reading. Okay, do not mind the glasses. These are sunglasses, but are also like blue light glasses. Do they do anything? Kind of. My eyes are not as strained. Home Ice Advantage. Okay, I started that one. So far, I chose the perfect book. These two, not the both of them, but one of them especially, I think his nickname is Sully. Oh my god, this man is so stupid! And I like him. He's not that kind of stupid that is like, oh my god, why are you doing this? He's just like such a hockey player. I'm having tons of fun. And then I decided to switch it up for the more romantic song. I am going to read a manhwa, a Korean comic. I'm going to read Momentum by Park Ji-yeon. This is the same author of Wolf in the House, which is probably one of the best comics that has ever graced my screen. This other comic, Momentum, is about a filmmaker that puts two actors. One is a struggling actor from Australia, and the other one is a very accomplished actor that went to Cannes and all of the awards, and they have to do a movie together in Hungary in 3 weeks. And everybody told me that this is so deeply romantic, like truly cannot get my eyes off of you. It's a phrase that is used. Yeah, I just bought the first volume digitally.
I think I'm cooking here. I think I'm cooking.
The next day.
Good morning, Bikini Bottom. You know the thing that you really, really, really shouldn't do when filming a vlog, which is reading without filming. I did exactly that. You know why? Because I finished the whole of Momentum. You know, yesterday night I told you, well, I'm now going to read Made. I'm going to read Momentum, which is a manhwa webtoon from a Korean author. I was under the impression that it was going to be a series of vignettes about the same characters going through life. No, it's not. It's a series of interconnected vignettes. So short stories in which everybody knows everybody, so they all have like friends in common. And not all of them have a happy ending. Yeah, yeah. Some of them are just bittersweet. There are some about kinks, and there are some about just photographers and difficult relationship, bitter exes. It's about the messy gaze, okay? The messy gaze. And then you get to the end and you're like, oh, so you want to kill me. Especially one of the last stories was so hard hitting. I never want to read a webtoon ever again because this was the worst kind of betrayal. And I had no idea because scrolling through the comments without the spoilers, they were all like, oh, this is beautiful. This is one of my favorite artists of all time. I can safely say that it was deeply romantic, very, very sex forward, very explicit, but it talked about kinks and the difficult relationship between master and the person who kind of draws the contracts with them. I think it was very, very refreshing, especially in the world that we're living in. Like Puritanism, it's not welcomed in this channel, especially what becomes of a relationship in which you do not negotiate what is happening and what can happen if you do. There were also some just like normal relationship that had some bumps. Some of the stories were about F2 racing, so Formula 2 racing, and it was very, very deeply romantic and also so much fun at the end, excluding the not happy ending one. I never wanted to read anything ever again. I think I'm going to leave Dungeon Crawler Car for last because that's a fun one, and I'm going to start Home Ice Advantage right now because I'm craving a little bit more romance, that everything has to go well for my mental sanity. I'll start that one, and I promise I'm going to update you more.
Okay. Oh, why are you so dirty? Wait. Come here. I am reading Home Ice Advantage, and I got the plot completely wrong, but it still fits the prompt. Cause these two are fucking idiots. But I thought one of the protagonists was the Finnish player from the team in the second book, but no, it's another guy, and he is also 42. And somebody in their review said, "Oh, this kind of reminded me of an aged up version of Hidden Rivalry. I fear I might love this. I fear I might. We'll see.
Happy Chinese New Year! As you can see, I abided to the rules of the Chinese New Year. I'm wearing red. I'm wearing my lucky red socks. I don't really believe in luck and the horoscope, but I've had a shitty year in 2025, and this is supposed to be a year for my sign, the tiger. Not very lucky, and I need all the luck that I can get. So I started last night Home Ice Advantage. This is so hard to say in my accent. It's very good. It's so good. We have these two, I'd say rivals, but they're not really rivals. So the protagonist, Sully, who As I've already said, I thought he was another person because there was another person that had a similar nickname. No, he is called Ryan Sullivan. He was a legend because he was very, very short for the sport of hockey, but he still managed to get to the legend status, and then he retired. He went down to coach Pee-wee hockey, so with the kids. And then in the same day, he gets handed a divorce by his wife. They had been very unhappy for a very long time. And then he gets called up to Boston to coach the Boston... I don't remember how they're called here. I always want to call them the Boston Bruins or the Boston Bears from the rivalry. And so he goes there and he meets the other like assistant coaches, and one of them, Eric, he really wanted that position when it opened. He had been working there for 4 years. He knew Ryan from their hockey days because they had played against each other, and Eric wanted to win the cup, but it was the year that Ryan swept it out of him. There's this really cool animosity, I think, in which Ryan is trying to keep it cool. He's a very sunny person, even in the face of adversity, because he has a really, really hard time with his family. And then Eric fucking hates his guts because he got the job before him, got the cup before him, and he was like, well, fuck you, man. It's not exactly a slow burn, but it's slower than a lot of the books that I've read so far, and I just appreciate this so much. I'm kind of like 100 pages in, and it's still only hockey and animosity. They've just kissed for the first time, but they do not like each other whatsoever, and I find this so endearing. I'm enjoying this so much. I want to finish this today. Listen, I absolutely picked the right book for this, because these two are 42 and 45. But fuck, they're so stupid. They're so stupid. It's so fun. I am... how much? 69%? I feel like it's apt. I have read one of the most heartbreaking things you could ever put into a romance book. A subplot of unrequited love fucking killed me. This is probably the best out of all the series that I've read so far, because this is the third book. It's just good in general, I think. It's just very good in general. So far, I can safely tell you that this is a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Either 4.25 or 4.5. It depends on how it's going to end, obviously. It's making me stressed a little bit. It's stressing me out. Okay, I got myself a drink. The drink being water. Cheers. I am ready to finish this, but I also don't want to, because I'm enjoying this so much. He's just there. Isn't he nice? He's so cuddly. He's so... Okay, this is possibly like the worst lighting ever imagined. Me, my San Pellegrino, and my finished book. I finished Home Ice Advantage. I think this is going to be, because I loved it. Wait, is it a little better? It was so nice. I got a little bit emotional at times, especially with a love confession. I think it was done really, really well. I'm struggling between a 4.25 and a 4.5. Because when I think about it, I don't like it as much as I love the Long Game by Rachel Reed, but it was pretty up there. Maybe a 4.45. Does that make sense? Not really. It just makes sense to me. I loved how they tackled family issues, especially growing up with an abusive family parent or relative and not noticing until you get older and you just grow out of that phase in which you just are in it. And then how they tackle like the loss of a parent when you grow up, because the two protagonists are in their 40s. I think it was lovely. I should have done this from the very beginning. This is my computer powering me up. So now we're going to go into Dungeon Crawler Carl. But that's a tomorrow issue. Hi. Isn't it insane that it's so warm today that I can just like be in a t-shirt in my own home? That's insane. Like we are in the northern Italy, like the northern part of Italy, and it's so warm and it's the end of February. It's so bizarre for us. I took a little break from this challenge and I read some other books that you'll see in my wrap up at the end of the month. I went back to Dungeon Crawler Carl. I felt kind of defeated in the beginning because it was doing something that I hate. It's so understandable. This is lit RPG, so it behaves like a video game, but this is a book. And it's aimed at readers, so it needs to explain the rules of the game. And the rules, if you have ever been a gamer or even just like a casual gamer, you already know all of them. Like how the protagonist Carl is transported into these dungeons and now he has stats, so he has wisdom, he has strength and stuff like that. And he defeats monsters and then he goes up a level and he has all these pop-ups in his vision, in his line of vision. And he has like a mini map when he looks at the space, and it's described in great details, but it's so tedious if you are a gamer. But now we have escaped the realm of world building. It was very heavy in the beginning, but I'm having so much fun. And you know why? Because the cat is talking now. Because Princess Donut has finally like received her voice. And this is so fun. It's so fun. They're still on level 1 of the dungeons and there are 18 levels. And I think in this book, they only go down 1 or 2. I gel with the humor of this book only sometimes. When the UI of the game is described as being a foot fetishist, that one got me. That was so fucking funny. But then there are attempts at humor that don't land with me. They are way too millennial, I think. I am 30% into the way through and I'm having a blast. Hi, good morning. It has been a while, not really a while, but like a day and a half, 2/3 of the way through. Can you see it? I'm right there of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I am having a very, very fun time. I can see that the humor is not lending as much as I want to, but a lot of the time is lending. They're now on the 2nd floor, and I think the book will end when they reach the 3rd one, because the 2nd floor was right at the halfway point of the book. And now they have kind of like teammates. They have friends that the Carl and Princess Donut met. And there's also like a very weird granny that got lost in the 2nd floor, but she's killing it. There's also like the televised aspect, which I don't know, I didn't expect it, but it's kind of like the Hunger Games, like kind of exactly like the Hunger Games, in which if you're beloved by the public, you get sponsors, and the sponsors can send you gifts in the shape of like loot boxes. I think that's interesting, especially because at the start of the 2nd part of the story, Carl and Princess Donut get interviewed, and everybody loves Princess Donut, like the cat, and they have 635 million followers across the galaxy, which I think, like, that's a lot. I'll do this today, and we'll see if I finish it. I have no idea what is happening to my hair. It's all very wavy, and then... But good news, I finally finished Dungeon Crawler Carl. And honestly, at the beginning, I was like, this is going to be a 3-star read. I can feel it in my bones. No, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a 3.75 read, almost a 4-star. So since I read my 3rd book, I thought we could do a little wrap up for all the 3 books that my playlist chose for me. The first one was the graphic novel or manhwa Momentum. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I would have loved a warning for the fact that not all of the endings are good. Not all of the endings are happy, but the majority of that was exploring messy gay relationships and also sometimes kinks in a very slice of life, like day-to-day kind of relationships. Like the panels really truly followed the lives of these people. Everything was so colorful and vivid. I really, really liked it. And then Home Ice Advantage. That was so good. That was so good. Between all of the Ogi romans that I've read in the past 3 months, I think I'm slowing down on them. Don't worry. I think this was one of the best. It was mature because the characters were kind of aged up, and I really, really loved how the relationship developed between the two. It felt very natural, it felt very genuine, and also their dialogue never read anything else if not real. It wasn't forced or cringy, and the smuttier scene, the sex scenes were very, very good, very well done, choreographed perfectly. The intimacy was there, the tension was there, so I really liked it. And then Dungeon Crawler Carl. Lit RPG is truly, for me, the only thing that brought this book down, especially at the beginning, is that I am an avid gamer. I love RPG games, and so I already knew how it worked, and it spent so much time setting it up because it has to appeal to everybody, not just, oh yeah, this is the map, this is how it works, go for it. This would only work with a reader like me, but if I made my mother read this book, she would really, really appreciate like the slow world building. It was a little bit too much telling at the beginning instead of showing, but when the book picks up, it really, really picks up, and it has the perfect pacing, I think. Truly, much like a video game, it has levels and boss fights, and they're all fun. The other thing that brought the book down from a full 4 stars, it was the humor. At one point, there was one of the higher ups in the games that they're playing that is a massive, massive fan of Gossip Girl and Riverdale. And Gossip Girl, okay, Riverdale, I think Riverdale was a tad too much, but I enjoyed myself so much, and a lot of people say that the books only get better and a little bit more serious, more plot heavy, which is what I want, so I cannot wait for the second volume to get translated into Italian. This was a very successful reading vlog. I want to start doing this more. If you have any suggestions for me, please comment them down below, and I also have some socials, fun time there in the description. And I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye! Mwah.